Welcome to this coach reflection video. I would just like to introduce Mark Skimming, the head coach of Bath University. Mark was kind enough to put his reflections on the current situation from a coach and a father point of view and send them out to the coaching community. At Swimmingly, we just thought that Mark's words were so strong and poignant, and we asked him if he would share his reflections with the wider community, and thankfully he has. So welcome, Mark, and thank you for this.
Thank you, Rich. It's great to be here.
My first question, Mark, is when the 2019-20 season effectively finished, what process did you go through personally?
There was a lot of things that I sort of went through personally, and everything went through my head. The first one was, oh, right, what do we do now? And a little bit, I assume, like everybody else, was a bit, right, I've got to figure this out. How do I sort my athletes out? How do I do something for them? Which we did. We did it as a team. We've got a great sort of multidisciplinary team down at the uni. We've got a strength and conditioning coach. We've got a physio that works with us. So we put everything together and we said, right, what can we do? What do we want them to be able to do when they come back stronger? So we did that. Took us a couple of days to essentially put together and send out. And we're still making slight adjustments, but essentially we've got the backbone of what we wanted to do. So we did that. And we got on with that process first. So we wanted them to come back a bit stronger, have a bit more range, and have some maintenance of some cardio in what they do. So we put all that together, and then while we were doing this, my thoughts was like, right, what am I going to do? So I thought about it. I've been coaching best part of 20 years. I haven't really had a proper break. I haven't stopped. When I first started coaching, I built it up to that I had 6 jobs in one go. I moved to Bath to have one job. In my time in Bath, I now have 2 jobs in what I do. I work with modern pentathlon as well. So I almost went, right, I need to stop. I need to refresh. I need to have a break. I've got a 6-year-old boy. I don't get to see him as much. Coaching isn't the most sociable thing. So I suppose in my head, I've gone, right, I've looked after the swimmers. I'm looking after my boy. And now I'm going, what am I doing? How do I look after me? So I was like, right, let's be positive. Let's use it as a bit of a break. We're going to use this as a time for me to refresh. So I'm not up as early. I decided I was going to keep a routine, keep myself going. I had to keep my boy going at homeschooling. So I learned how to homeschool and try and be organized. And we created tick lists and we created things to do. And we've gone through sort of that stage. We've kept a routine. We've done PE every day. We've done something that it's been positive. I've ticked over with the swimming. I've ticked over with work. I'm still doing little bits. It doesn't take the 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day that coaching takes. And my job entails. So in that sense, it's nice to take a step back I suppose I went through it step by step. I became a bit pragmatic with what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And then I was like, right, if I can do this, I'm sure some of the coaches will either be interested or might want to know how someone else is doing it. We're all interested in different things. We know that. So I just wrote an email and said, this is what I'm doing. This is a structure I've put together for me. and hopefully someone might find it useful. So I did that, sent that out, and hence you guys want to talk to me.
Fantastic. And what kind of things have you been doing in terms of connecting with other coaches, and what was the response other than the meeting that we're having now, really?
I've had a few really nice emails from different coaches. Some saying thanks for the read, found it really useful. Some saying I could identify with that. I've just caught up with people over the phone, over video chats, just people that I don't normally see or I normally see at competitions. It hasn't been a huge amount, but it's ticking over with people and either just saying hello or the odd message that says, "Hi, how are you?" Just checking in, and that's been really good. I'd like to hear from more people. I'm sure that everybody is busy and we don't get back to different things straight away. And I enjoy hearing from people and having a grown-up conversation, which is something that I'm not getting too much at the moment.
Yeah. In terms of your reflections on when you were at work, obviously every coach, every parent, every swimmer, every committee will understand just how hard coaching is. Have you had any reflections of when we do go back, how you manage those difficulties differently or better?
I think the increased use of things like Zoom it is a great thing. I think this can help improve sort of communication, and everybody doesn't have to be at the same meeting in the same place to do things. I think this is teaching us a lot of, we can get stuff done. Pardon me. We can get stuff done, and we can connect face to face without having to be there all the time. I think it'll help increase a little bit more of self-reliance, and if you can do that each person's a little bit more reliant on themselves but works within a team, I think that's going to be fantastic. I think moving forward that will really help us. But I think when we go back, it's got to be one step at a time. We can't just rush in and go, right, we're going back to normal. Think about what we've learned. Take one step at a time, one day at a time. Almost, when we're going to go back, we've got to prepare. What are we going to do? What are the first 3 things are we going to do? Is that going to be develop technique as coaches, work an aerobic base, put a bit of speed in, just do something to get them back, get them physically able to be a team. A little bit of teamwork, a little bit of spending time with people, and sorry, have a little bit of fun. Because I think that's what people are missing at the moment. They're missing that contact, that bit of fun. We can all deliver a program. We all know how to do that. It's now, how do we build our team? How do we move things forward? But one step at a time. Same for committees, the same for clubs. How do we move this forward one step at a time? We can't go back in and suddenly be running a meet. We might have to plan our meet, but we might have to plan where the meet is, or we might have to plan a club social to get people together, or we might have to plan. And again, just look at where your priorities want to be and put one step at a time. Don't do everything at once.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Just in terms of any support that you would think would be beneficial for coaches in this period of time, whether that be from the governing body, from the talent team, are there any things that you think that you've either witnessed or you think would be beneficial?
I think in terms of things that are beneficial, just the odd message or the odd emails are always a little bit impersonal. A text message or something on a little bit more of a social media site in terms of how you are, what you're doing, any updates. I think those are the most things that will get out of people. Remember, our sport is about people. It's all about trying to connect with people. The best athletes I've worked with, or the swimmers I've got the best results from, I've had the best connection with. The coaches I've worked best with, I've had the best connection with. How do we improve our connection? How can we get to know people when we're not there? Is there a question we can ask? Is there something we can engage them with? That's what I think. That's what would be most useful, and that's how we would. I think that's how I'm trying to go about different things. Whether it's set up a quiz, whether it's set up a chat, whether it's set up an informal learning group or something, or small groups, and move things around. I think that would be fantastic if we could do that.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Mark, I'd just like to thank you for your time and for being so honest, and your insights and your reflection. Thank you for that. I'm sure everybody will find it really, really beneficial at home.
Thank you, Rich. It was a pleasure being here.